All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Another major and deadly severe weather outbreak unleashing here in the United States, in the central and southern United States. Thank you all so much for joining me right here on Severe Storm Central. I'm Storm Tracker Liam Kenny, and I'm here to get you all up to date on the latest information possible on this massive severe storm outbreak we are currently seeing. We are currently seeing torcons of 9 in the lower Mississippi Valley. That means a 90% chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius. Absolutely incredible. All right, here's the atmospheric setup from today all the way to Thursday. A big area of low pressure here. This cold front right here is going to be our main area of concern because it is also associated with the dry line, along with all this moisture that is being driven out here from the Gulf of Mexico. And if you add all those ingredients, it's kind of like baking cake. You got to have all the right ingredients to have a perfect cake. Well, you basically have to have all the right ingredients to have a severe storm outbreak, and that is exactly what we have. All right. So there's that warm front. Basically anywhere in this area will be our main area of concern, all right? So this is going to be our setup. This is going to be our main area of concern right here, the lower Mississippi Valley, anywhere basically in central Mississippi, extreme western Alabama, extreme northeastern Louisiana, and extreme southern Arkansas. This will be our main area of concern, and then gradually as you get into Thursday, this system will eventually track into the Carolinas and bring about a 70% chance of a tornado and extremely severe weather to the eastern Carolinas, all right? So this is the current look at what is currently going on the radar. As of 9:30 a.m. Central Time, we only have one current warning, and that is a severe thunderstorm warning that is currently associated with this very long line of extremely heavy thunderstorms. No tornado warnings yet. We do have a tornado watch, though, in effect until 1 p.m. Central Time. All this red area and all this red box, that is where we have a tornado watch. As I just said, we do not have any tornado warnings out currently right now, but I would definitely be watching for that change, especially as this long line of storms heads into this area with all that warm moisture being driven out of the Gulf of Mexico. All right, we do have one flash flood warning or river flood warning. That is because all this very heavy rain here that is just now to the north of a place like Tupelo, basically right along the border of Mississippi and Tennessee. There's Little Rock, Arkansas. Meteorologist Tevin Wooten from the Weather Channel is actually stationed there getting clobbered with very heavy thunderstorms, and that will be the case all throughout the rest of the day, all right? So now briefly, I'm going to show you what is currently going on, that severe thunderstorm warning I was just talking about on radar scope. Let me go back to my severe weather. Come on, help me out here. Did the severe weather, I think that severe warning actually just ended. Did it end? I think it might actually have. Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right, so folks, we do not have any more severe thunderstorm warnings currently out. I apologize. That radar, I guess, was not up to date. As far as the rain goes, it is definitely up to date. But that severe thunderstorm warning is no longer active, which is a very good thing right now, considering how many we will see throughout the next few days, all right? So this is that cell I was just talking about, a very strong cell, basically right along the border of eastern Texas and western Louisiana. Very heavy rain here. I'm going to briefly show you if we have any rotation. I do not think we do. Just God forbid if we do have a tornado warning out, this is exactly what it would look like, all right? So this area is basically just where we had that severe thunderstorm warning issued. As you can see, basically no rotation. In order to have rotation, what you would need is another wind current, which would be basically indicated by red. So there's no tornado warning currently out, but I'm going to show you what it would look like if there was. Okay, let me pause this radar so that way it stops moving on me. Give me just 1 second, all right? So let's say you have, let me get a different color, all right? Give me just 1 second. So let's say you have a tornado warning that is inside this box, all right? So say you have rotation right here. Obviously, there's no rotation, but the rotation would look like this, all right? So you've already got the green, and you would have a red right there. There would be a tornado warning right in that area because you have the green and red right next to each other, all right? So that is where we would have a tornado warning, and that is what it would look like on the radar. But as I just said, we do not have any current tornado warnings out. We only have a flash flood watch or a river flood warning that is currently in effect. But once again, this is a very long line of storms, a very strong system that is currently heading to the east. Once again, very heavy rain here. Let me go back up to a little place like Little Rock, Arkansas. There it is right there, basically in the bulk of this heavy storm. We actually now have a new flash flood warning that was just issued, actually a flash flood warning that was just issued right there. So very heavy rain moving into very populated areas. If this radar removed from me, you can see very heavy rain moving into very populated areas. Let me go a little bit more to the east now and show you some other flash flood warnings that are currently in effect. Very heavy rain just moving out of very populated areas because all this rain was just dumped all right here. That is why we currently have a flash flood warning, because all this rain that is now here, it was right here. We're talking about several inches of rain per hour. So we do have 2 current flash flood warnings right now, but thankfully we do not have currently any severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings, which is a very good thing considering what we will be seeing. Now, briefly, I do want to show you what the future radar looks like. So there is a system. There's that line. Oops, come on. It's loading. Give it a second. Yeah, come on. There it is. All right, so there's that line of storms I was just telling you about. Basically, a squall line dumping extremely heavy rain to so many populated places, basically right along the border of Louisiana and also the eastern coast of Texas. Now, let me play this out for you. If my radar will load. It's being very slow today for some reason. I deeply apologize for that. Let me go ahead and reload this radar. Work with me here. My computer is being very slow this morning for some reason. All right, there we go. Come on. Once again, I deeply apologize for all my technical issues. All right, let me zoom in on here. Once again, there's that squall line I was just telling you about. Now let's make this radar play. There we go. All right, so let me pause it right here. So this is at 4 p.m. this afternoon. You can see basically, I mean, this system is really not moving that much. So very heavy rain. Now, what I want you all to really look out for with this system is going to be these little pop-up storms, like right here. You see how like there's like that little white in there? That is hail, okay? So we're watching very strong systems, very strong thunderstorms, possibly associated with it, with very frequent lightning moving into very populated areas, and those are the cells that we will be watching for possibly some isolated tornadoes. Okay, so Alexander's right here. So we are bracing down on Alexandria, Louisiana. Let me go back. So it looks like basically right around the dinner time hour, it will be hitting Alexandria. As we move into the dinner in the afternoon hours, now we're at Alexandria by 7 p.m. tonight. Once again, very strong line of storms heading into places like Little Rock, Arkansas, southern Arkansas, extreme eastern Louisiana. So a very dangerous system that we're watching for. Now, what I'm about to do here is I'm going to show you exactly where our main area of concern is going to be, all right? So let me draw this on my board just so that way you all can see exactly where the area of concern is, okay? Anywhere in this general area is going to be our main concern, okay? So, I mean, you all can just see right on the radar right now. Look at that squall line coming through. We are talking about wind gusts possibly up to 70 miles an hour. That's hurricane force, okay? Very dangerous situation. Let me zoom in on some of these storms. Look at this. Probably, I mean, severe thunderstorm, hail. I mean, anything you can think of when it comes to your mind for severe weather, we've got it all on the table right here, okay? Absolutely incredible, all right? So this is at 11 p.m. Tonight, which is honestly very, very dangerous considering it'll be happening as soon as you're in bed, which is honestly very, very dangerous, especially if you have any nighttime tornadoes. Let me go back just a little bit. Come on, work with me. All right, so this is 3 a.m. Look at that. Perfect squall line, extremely heavy winds, extremely heavy thunderstorms working into Tuscaloosa, home of one of the deadliest tornado outbreaks. We're possibly looking at another deadly tornado outbreak for the record books. Extremely, extremely dangerous. There's Montgomery at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, Atlanta, Georgia getting into 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then gradually reaching the Carolinas as you go into the afternoon hours of tomorrow, all right? So if my radar will load. All right, so this is at 4 p.m. tomorrow, going right through the heart of Columbia, South Carolina. I mean, look at that. That is a perfect squall line, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, you will never see a more perfect squall line than this right here, okay? Extremely, extremely dangerous. And once again, we're talking Torcon numbers up to 7. So once again, a 70% chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius for so many areas, all right? So now we go to the coastal areas. Look at that. Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, getting into Florence, South Carolina, possibly getting into Horry County now. I'll zoom in on some of these areas right here. Extremely, extremely dangerous, all right? All right, so there we go. As we get into midnight tomorrow night, most of the systems should be out. The radar doesn't look like much here, but I promise you, in places like Myrtle's Inlet and Myrtle Beach, you will definitely be getting extremely heavy thunderstorms and possibly isolated tornadoes, okay? So that is once again an overview of the future radar. I'll play it once again, just really, really fast so you get the gist of it. Let me erase my marker here just so that way you all can see. Once again, very heavy rain here across so many areas. And this is not, I mean, this is just the start of it. We're going to be watching extremely heavy thunderstorms for several hours. We're possibly talking over 36 hours, okay? Look at that. A massive squall line going through so many populated areas. The good thing is that this system will move out very, very quickly, but the effects of this system will be so bad, all right? So here's once again a very future radar. I want to pause this real fast. Hang on a second. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect squall line. Big area of low pressure, perfect squall line. Okay? So much moisture coming out of here from the Gulf of Mexico. Perfect squall line. Extremely, extremely deadly weather. Absolutely incredible. I promise you, you will never see a more perfect squall line than you do right here. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, getting absolutely crushed. Severe thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm. So many severe thunderstorm warnings that are probably going to be issued, all right? So a life and death situation. Please have your plan in place because this is absolutely catastrophic what we are currently seeing, all right? So let me skip back to that. So this is your chance of having severe thunderstorms from tonight all the way going into tomorrow morning, okay? An extreme chance here in eastern Louisiana, extreme southeastern Arkansas, extreme chance here in Jackson, Mississippi, a torque count of 9, a 90% chance of seeing a tornado, extreme western Alabama, and then there you go into that very likely area. So that means so many populated areas getting into extremely heavy rain and extremely heavy storms, all right? Torque count of 9, once again, right there, torque count of 9, a 90% chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius, okay? Look how far this goes. This goes all the way up into Missouri, all right? Excuse me. Oh my gosh, excuse me. That was very rude of me. There you go. All right, so there you go right there. Little Rock, Arkansas, 70% chance to see a tornado. Alexandria, Louisiana, going all the way down into southern Mississippi, and then possibly even going into Alabama. Absolutely incredible, all right? So now I believe you want to talk about what a torque means because, you know, some of you might be, a little confused when I'm talking about a torque. So the Weather Channel has this thing, and then it's the tornado condition index that, serves as a scale, all right? So it goes from 1 to 10, and the greater number, the greater chance you have of seeing a tornado. So basically, if you have a torque count of 5, means that you have a 50 out of 100% chance of seeing a tornado. Obviously, we have 9s there, basically a 90% chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius. Absolutely incredible. So now let's jump into Thursday. Now we're talking about the southeast. A very likely chance of seeing severe weather in the eastern Georgia, basically all throughout the Carolinas, Columbia, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, Conway, Myrtle's Inlet, Myrtle Beach, and then getting to North Carolina, places like Charlotte, Raleigh, Wrightsville Beach, Wilmington, so many populated areas that will be in that severe weather tomorrow night. And let's talk about the tornadoes. We have a torque count of 7 here across the Carolinas and eastern Georgia, all right? So Macon, Georgia, Atlanta, you're in that 3 area, but Macon, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Myrtle's Inlet, Conway, all places in Horry County, Florence, Raleigh, North Carolina, Cape Hatteras, Wilmington, all these areas that will be in that torque count of 7. Absolutely incredible. And once again, here's the current look at what is currently going on the radar. Minus that severe thunderstorm, that is no longer accurate. But once again, a very strong line of storms going all the way through very populated areas. Very strong severe thunderstorms, very strong rain, very heavy thunderstorms working in places like Springfield, Missouri, Memphis, Tennessee, Little Rock, Arkansas, Tupelo, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Absolutely incredible, all right? And to make sure that you get the latest information, I will be doing a brand new live stream tonight on YouTube. I will be doing 2 of them. My first one will start at 3:30 and will go to 3:50, and that will just be basically getting you up to date on what is currently going on the radar, if there's any active warnings. And then starting at 4:10 this afternoon, I will be doing my main live stream that will be going on for over an hour, bringing you up to date on the latest information possible. If there's a tornado warning, I will show you exactly where that is, where the rotation is, and where it will be going, so that way you do not miss out on any details, all right? So it'll be on Liam's Weather tonight. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me at 621ldk@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. I will be partnering up tonight with the Hurricane HQ, and we will be teamed up to bring you all up to date on the latest information possible on this extremely deadly severe weather outbreak, all right? So that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, 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 if you do not have to be outside, do not be outside. Basically treat this as if it was a hurricane. Get all your preparations now, because as soon as these thunderstorms hit, you will not be able to go outside, okay? Take shelter immediately when thunder roars, go indoors. And please, if you have a tornado warning, put a helmet on, gather all your loved ones, gather foods, make sure your phones are charged so that way you can get all the alerts you can, because this is a very deadly severe weather outbreak, okay? Probably one of the deadliest we've seen in the last decade, all right? So once again, that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy my weather broadcast tonight, and stay safe out there.